Panther Nation, Draft Family, what's good with y'all, man? Listen, I'm just sitting here minding my business, getting a little bit of work done, and all of a sudden I get an alert, man. Listen, Adam Schefter tweets out that Trey Boston is getting released. Now listen, from a financial perspective, I have questions, okay? But from a play perspective, I get releasing him. There were some issues with tackling and things like that. So I Trey Boston was not the best option at safety. Let's just be honest. I love the guy as a player. He was electric, brought energy to the field, but we could afford to upgrade. All right. But before we get into this, man, before we get into the details of the release, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you get in these comments and make sure you subscribe. All right. And hey, listen. We on the road to 5,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there by the draft. The views and stuff has slowed down a little bit. Sometimes I don't know what YouTube is doing, but people aren't getting the notification that I'm going live or have released a video and whatnot. So man, make sure y'all get the algorithm popping for your boy, and let's get it cracking. All right, let's get back on the right track. Also, if you want to support the channel even further, go to manscaped.com, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code PNP. All right, that's 20% off and free shipping with the code PNP. All right, now let's talk about this, man. Trey Boston was drafted by the Panthers in 2014 in the 4th round. Had a decent career with the Panthers, decided to go a different route. He ended up having a stint with the Chargers and the Cardinals, and then came back to the Panthers. All right, he reunited with the Panthers. And listen, the dude, his play has been up and down. You see some good spots on the film. You see some bad spots on the film. But the guy, as a player, you got to love him. The dude brought energy. He's always hype. So you got to love Trey Boston. And what's really interesting is we rewarded him with a contract, an extension. It was a 3-year deal worth $18 million. He just signed that deal in 2020. So he just signed it. It's really weird. Scott Fitterer comes in, says, "All right, we got to get better here." Scott Fitterer knows how to build a secondary. Let's be honest. He knows what to do with the Legion of Boom. He knows how to evaluate secondary players. He's done a great job with that over Seattle. So I trust what's going on here. I get it. I get it. All right. So, but from a financial perspective, there's some question marks. All right. So I'm under the assumption that we have to make this a June 1 cut. Because if we just outright release Trey Boston, we're only going to save like $500,000. Like, that's not a lot of money. You might as well let him play and release him next year when it's a more opportune time. So and I don't know the details of the release, but as of right now, I'm going to assume that this has to be designated a June 1 cut. If this is designated a June 1 cut, then we save $3 million on the cap. That makes a little bit more sense to me, so I'm hoping that's the case. Again, they already announced that the K1 short release was a straight up cut. Meaning we saved the $9 million. We're not going to spread it out over a couple years. Now, a June 1 cut, just to make sure you guys understand, is that when we take that money that's gonna count against the cap and spread it over 2 years. Okay. So you take half of it for this year, and then the other half will be spread out for 2022. Sometimes it can help. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes it doesn't. But there's value in doing June 1 cuts. All right, I say that. That's why I'm saying that. All right. So now we've answered the question from a financial perspective. I'm assuming it's a June 1 cut. Now, where does that leave the Panthers roster from a roster perspective? Now we have Jeremy Chinn. I'm assuming that Jeremy Chinn's probably going to move to strong, and we're going to draft a free safety. Listen, we know what Jeremy Chinn is. We really know what he's about. I think he's going to move to strong safety, and we're going to fix the linebacking core. We're going to draft some true linebackers, and we're going to make make Jeremy Chinn a true box safety. Let him go all over the place and make it happen from a safety spot. That's his natural position. Let him play safe. Let him play strong safety. Then we go out and draft a free safety. Listen, there's some guys on the roster. Sam Franklin. We have Kenny Robinson, who we drafted last year. Justin Burris is still there, and so there's some things from a roster perspective. I think we're gonna be okay. I do certainly think that we're gonna go out and draft a safety or two, maybe not two, maybe a safety. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna look to upgrade the safety position. Maybe move Jeremy Chinn again to that strong safety spot. So I'm not concerned from a roster perspective what we're losing in Trey Boston. Listen, he was up and down player, gift and a curse at times. So I get it from that perspective. Now, from my overall thoughts, listen, I think this is I'm okay with the move. I give it a thumbs up as long as it's a June 1 cut. If we designate this a June 1 cut, I'm okay with it. Scott Fitterer gets a thumbs up for me. But if it's just a straight up cut, I don't understand it. Maybe I don't. There's no valid reason to say 500 grand against the cap. Maybe you're just getting rid of dead weight. But listen, this is what happens when you get a new GM in place. They're gonna get rid of some guys that have been some fan favorites, and then you're gonna wonder why. Just let the process play out. But I think this was overall thumbs up for Scott Fitterer. All right. That being said, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell, get in these comments, let me know what you guys think about the cut. All right, that being said, I'm out. Peace.